There are places on this earth that captivate the mind and make you pause to consider just how harsh and unforgiving nature can be. Death Valley is one of those places. It holds the titles of being the hottest, driest, and lowest point in all the Western Hemisphere. After reconnecting with friends in Mesquite, Nevada, and having an absolute blast razor riding through the desert, it was time to shift gears and focus on family. So we headed back to Las Vegas to meet up with my dad and his friend Jan. From there, it was off to Death Valley. We were lucky with the weather. It wasn't unbearably hot, and overcast skies gave us a bit of a reprieve. But when the sun did break through, it reminded us just how intense this place can be.
Well, brutal is probably an over-exaggeration, but it is definitely, it definitely is hot.
And just a few weeks later, the temperature soared past 100 degrees. Come along with us as we explore this forsaken yet hauntingly beautiful place, Death Valley. If you're new here, we're Pam, Ken, and Meka, and we are the Roadsmiths.
Well, it's another travel morning this morning, and we have a beautiful day. It looks like the wind is down, thank goodness. So we're heading back into Vegas to see Pam's dad. Spent a week with him and his friend Jan. I haven't seen him in a while, so looking forward to that. We didn't really do much video from this park itself. It's a new park. It's called Mesquite Trails RV, right in Mesquite, and it's just a cool town, and it's really a cool park. It's very nice. It's all gravel. There's no concrete here on the sites, but the drives are all asphalt, which is good. But the views are just amazing. We're basically 120 degrees of mountains in the back, not in terms of temperature, just in terms of the view. And we went up yesterday into those mountains on the razors, and just magnificent. We get up to about 6,000 feet, and Mesquite is about 1,700 feet. The base level down here in town, but it's a great town. What a great place to winter. There's several RV parks. Again, this one is new. The pool and the hot tub isn't filled yet. You can see where it is, but they got great shower houses, great bathrooms. I did see a pickleball court or two. They have a dog wash here as well, so it's really a great place. There's I think Kurt told me there's 8 golf courses here. Don't quote me on the exact number. I think he said 8, maybe 5 to 8, but there's just miles and miles and miles and miles of trail riding, or if you're into razors. And we didn't see as many mountain bike trails, but I imagine here as well. So it's time to pack up, like I said, and head down to Vegas. Okay, we just got to the 1,000 Trails in Las Vegas, and I know what you're going to say. Why would you go from the one from Palm Springs, which you didn't like, to the one that is notoriously bad? It's because it's free, and we're seeing Pam's dad, and we're not going to spend a lot of time here anyway. We're going to be out doing stuff. But what's interesting is that this is the second time we've come in, and you have to show your, insurance and all that kind of stuff. Almost feels like you're being pulled over. It's like license, registration, insurance card. Okay, and you're in site 145, whatever it is. So, anyway, our 1,000 Fails experience continues, and like I said, I know there's some good ones out there, and we've heard the horror stories of this one, but you know what? It's got some trees, and it's a beautiful day.
Well, it has nice new pavement.
Yeah, it's got some new pavement. Yeah, so we'll you know what? We're going in with an open mind, or we might leave in an open gate. So we'll see how it goes.
Today's an early one for us, for me specifically, because I set the alarm for 6:30, which is not my normal waking time. But anyway, here we are.
By the way, that's not early for most people.
True. I'll admit, it's kind of nice when you get up early and you get ready and you're out, and what is it? Not even 8 o'clock yet? We're here in Las Vegas, and we're actually headed right now. Meka's with us back there. I don't know if you can see her. We're headed right now to pick up my dad and Jan, and we are headed to Death Valley today. And it was almost like we had to do it today rather than later this week, because it's the temperatures are rising, and I think I looked on Tuesday in Death Valley, it's supposed to be 98 degrees. So we didn't really want to be there when it was 98 degrees. We picked up my dad and Jan, and they're having to share the back seat with Meka. So this is my dad. This is my dad, Truman. And this is Jan. And then Meka's having to share her seat with them, so it's a little bit crowded back there. We stopped at Armagosa Valley, I think it's called, for a bathroom break, and hi. Let Meka go to the bathroom, but you meet some of the strangest people around these parts.
Don't make a move or he's a goner. Really? Is that where you're from? So we're going up to here, gonna hike up to the top. We came down from 3,000 feet down to about 1,000 feet. Now we're going back up. So this is Zabritsky's Point, overlook or something like that. So it looks like a pretty good hike. It's about probably 100 yards walking, but you probably gain about 100 feet elevation. But check out the sand dunes over here. This is really cool. As usual, we got the Instagram generation down here. We'll probably be there for an hour or two. Who knows? Got to get that perfect shot. This place is massive. 3.4 million acres. So we are not in the lowest point yet. I think that's in Badwater Basin, and that's where we're going to go. And check that out, and that's at 282 feet. At least the lowest point of the park is 282 feet below sea level, and that is the lowest point in North America. So pretty crazy. Well, brutal is probably an over exaggeration, but it is definitely, I mean, it definitely is hot. Now in these sand dunes, the Mesquite sand dunes, apparently in 2023.
No, it was 2024. It was a Belgian tourist who was here, and he was walking out in the dunes, and it was a day that was 123 degrees. He's out in the dunes, and he either lost his flip-flops or he broke them. They don't really know exactly the details. And he tried to walk, and it literally burned the skin off the bottom of his feet. So then he couldn't walk, and people came to try to, rescue him. They recognized he needed immediate attention, and they tried to fly a helicopter in to, care flight him out. The air was too thin because of the heat rising from the dunes, so they had to take him by ambulance to another location, and then they airlifted him out. And that's the story.
So what's the moral of the story?
Don't come out here when it's 123 degrees.
Perfect. Pull over to the side of the road here, and one of the key elements in the bottom here of the valley is discovery of borax. And so years ago they started mining borax here with the I guess they call them the 20 mule caravans, you know, pulling that stuff out. And it just looks like it's the sediment at the bottom of the valley. And I know it's a salt-based mineral, but we are going to go check it out here. It's like an oasis in the desert, just a little bit of water. I guarantee that water is, one, not drinkable, and two, just absolutely so salty. How cool is this, though? So this is what they call Devil's Golf Course. And the great part about it, there's no admission to this golf course.
It's free, as long as you get in the national park.
Yeah, and there's no par, there's no pressure, because there's like nobody's keeping score out here.
Nobody's hitting balls.
Yeah, but
nobody's playing golf.
But you can't use a white ball because you're never going to find it because of all that stuff. But just came across something that is really interesting, and not that it's become a tradition on this channel, but when you see the opportunity, you got to take it, and we see the opportunity. So this is Badwater Basin. This is the lowest point in all of North America, 282 feet above sea level.
And there's a sign on the mountain right across from us, way up there, that says sea level. It's pretty cool because you can physically see how much below sea level.
How high is that sign?
Well, it's 282 feet.
It's math genius. That's genius. It's very cool here. We're kind of filming this direction because there's nobody out there, because there's a ton of people out that direction. But yeah, this is just so cool.
It's very cool. We haven't walked out there yet, but we're headed that way.
Yeah, we're gonna go do that, so we'll take you out there. So around 1883, they built a mill here as they mined the borax, which is basically just out in that low part, as you saw in bottom of Death Valley. So this mill was created in 1883 and ran for a number of years. And it looks like they have a representation of maybe some of the wagons that they used to take it out, and then the mill up here as well on the top. And it's a little decrepit. Looks like it's seen better days, but can you imagine anything being out in this heat in the summer for, over 100 years? That's, I don't know how anything survives that.
This park is so gorgeous. It's like every turn you make, it's like, whoa, wow. So we just arrived. We're driving, I think it's called Artist Point Drive. And so I had to come out to come see Artist Point Overlook. So we're in the middle of Death Valley, but I found this. Look how cool. And it's so pretty.
Death Valley is such a dichotomy. While in its name is death, there is actually life, and life that is so hardy. Animals that have so well adapted to this harsh environment: coyotes, roadrunners, ravens, lizards, ground squirrels, desert bighorn sheep, bobcats, mountain lions, jackrabbits, and the endangered Death Valley pupfish. The valley is also surprisingly rich in plant life, including over 2,000 documented species, and we know that makes Pam happy. We were so happy to be able to visit with Pam's dad and Jan. These family times are a foundation of life. So while they are a little bit, let's say, camera shy, please indulge us as we share some pictures of our time together in a special place. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give us a like, share it with some friends, and if so inclined, please subscribe as we bring you more content from our journeys. And of course, you can go back and watch the last 4 seasons of our travel by scanning the QR code here. Safe travels wherever life takes you, and remember, if you can imagine it, you can explore it.